Hello everyone and welcome to Bridge is for Everyone. My name's Jad. This is episode 42 of the Learn to Play series. This is the first of several episodes on slam bidding. This episode introduces the Blackwood bidding convention. Let's start by making sure we know what we mean by a slam. There are two different slams. A small slam is a contract at the 6 level, and a grand slam is a contract at the 7 level. This means that slam contracts require you to win 12 or 13 tricks. Or, put another way, you can lose only one trick in a small slam contract and lose no tricks in a grand slam contract. As I'm sure you realise, these are very difficult to make, but they score extremely well. A small slam will score approximately double that of a game, while a grand slam will score approximately triple. Bidding to such high levels requires some new tools. Let's start with a new deal. This is deal 010. You are the dealer. Here is your hand. As always, you value your hand. You have 19 high card points and 2 long points for a total of 21 points. You have 2 doubletons, so your hand is semi-balanced. And your only biddable suit is spades. You apply the rules for an opening bid. Your hand is not balanced, so you cannot open with a no-trump bid. You apply the next rule. Your 21 points are the maximum for an opening bid of one of a suit. And with only one long suit, spades, you open one spade. West passes, partner bids 4 spades, and east passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. As you learned in episode 3, partner's bid shows 12 to 15 points and 3 or more spades. You know you will play a spade contract, but at what level? You add partner's minimum of 12 points to your 21 for a total of 33 points. That seems like a lot of points. You check the rules. In episode 4, you learned that 33 points is sufficient for a bid of 6. So, should you bid 6 spades? Let's look at that possibility more closely. As you saw earlier, a contract of 6 is a small slam and would require you to win 12 tricks. This means you can lose only one trick. Look closely at your hand, especially the aces. You have 2 aces, and you do not know where the other 2 are. If your opponents have both missing aces, you will almost certainly lose 2 tricks. In that case, you should not bid 6 spades. But if your partner has them, then you should definitely bid 6 spades. It would be easy if you could just ask partner how many aces they hold. Well, you can, if you use the bidding to do so. The bidding used to do this is a convention called Blackwood. As with all bidding conventions, the bids used are artificial, so they do not mean what they say. They have different and precise meanings in this specific situation. In order to use Blackwood, there are 2 requirements. First, it must be likely that your partnership has the points for a small slam, 33 points. And second, you must know which suit you will bid. Importantly, You do not use Blackwood if you plan to play no trumps. You know that your partnership has at least 33 points and that you will play in spades, so you meet these requirements. You ask partner to tell you about their aces by bidding for no trump. West passes, partner bids 5 hearts, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner has responded to your Blackwood bid of 4 no trump. But what does partner's bid mean? Here are the possible responses. With no aces, partner will make the lowest possible bid, 5 clubs. With 1 ace, partner makes the next lowest bid, 5 diamonds. With 2 aces, the next lowest bid, 5 hearts. And following this pattern, with 3 aces, partner bids 5 spades. In the unusual circumstance where you have no aces and partner has all 4, partner bids 5 clubs. Yes, this is the same bid as 0 aces. It may seem that this could lead to confusion, but it doesn't. You won't be considering a slam bid if there is any likelihood that the partnership has no aces. Partner bid 5 hearts, so you know partner has 2 aces. This means that your partnership holds all 4 aces, so you are comfortable with a small slam contract. You bid 6 spades. West passes, partner passes, and East passes to end the auction. The contract is 6 spades by South. But what would you have done if partner had not held 2 aces? Let's go back to where you needed to know about partner's aces. You use Blackwood to ask partner to tell you about aces by bidding for no trump. West passes. This time, partner bids 5 clubs. And East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid shows 0 aces. This means that your opponents hold 2 aces and will almost certainly win 2 tricks. You cannot possibly make 6 spades, but you want to play a spade contract. You bid the lowest spade bid possible. You bid 5 spades. West passes. Partner must accept your decision and passes, and East passes to end the auction. The contract is 5 spades by South. You can afford to lose 2 tricks to your opponent's aces. Bidding 5 spades is usually avoided because it carries greater risk than a game bid of 4 spades and has no additional reward. But with so many points and missing only 2 aces, there was little risk in seeing if a slam was possible. So far, we have considered the cases where partner has both aces or 0 aces. Now let's look at the third possibility. Let's go back again. You ask partner to tell you about aces by bidding for no trump. West passes, partner bids 5 diamonds, and East passes. It's your turn to bid. You interpret partner's bid. Partner's bid shows 1 ace. This means you will almost certainly lose 1 trick to the ace held by your opponents and will have to win every other trick. So what should you do? You could simply bid 5 spades and will almost certainly make that contract. But there are 2 factors that I recommend you consider. First, consider the total partnership points. You know you definitely have enough for a small slam, 33 points. If this was less certain, you might avoid a slam bid. And second, look at your holdings in each suit. You have the king or ace in each suit. These are called controls. This means the opponents can't win two tricks immediately by leading the ace and king of a suit. If it looked like they could, you should avoid the slam bid. It is still possible for you to fail if you bid the slam, but the odds are definitely in your favour. I recommend bidding the slam if you believe the likelihood of success is at least 75%. This hand exceeds that, so you bid 6 spades. West passes, partner passes, and east passes to end the auction. The contract is 6 spades by south. The minimum additional bonus score for making a small slam is 500. This is added to the trick score and the game bonus score. Assuming you make your contract, the total minimum score for this contract is 980. This episode covered more of the basics of bridge. It introduced the concept of a slam contract and showed you how to use the Blackwood convention to ask about partners' aces. The next episode will continue this topic by considering more complex situations. In future episodes, I'll cover everything else you'll need to be a confident and successful bridge player. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to this channel. Until next time, this is Jad reminding you that bridge is for everyone.